Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. There is an update to Factorio that is installing. Let's see what that was all about. This must have been posted very recently. Let's see what breaks, if anything. Hopefully nothing breaks. Hopefully, pretty please. So, today we are going back as scheduled to the Angels playthrough with Space Extension. The song I played pre-stream was... What was it again? It's already left my mind. It's Efficiency Program from the Factorio tracks. When a train performs pathfinding, we'll have a constraint to not go through, yada yada yada, solves the problem, okay. When a temporary blueprint is placed in the quick bar, it won't be destroyed when clearing the cursor and moves to the inventory. Oh, that's handy. I think I've noticed that a couple of times. Okay, separated incompatible mods from dependencies in browse mods. GUI. Fixed bugs, and then added visible when disabled read-write. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't break too much. I'm not going to do these updates right now. They're not needed. Clock, in particular, even at 7.17.5, Bob's mods, this is a Bob's thing, I still get an issue from 17.4 version, so it still crashes the game when loading older saves that had 17.3, so I've rolled back to 17.3, and I'm going to stay there until 17.6 in the updates again. Or I start new maps. Alright, let's load the game. So, I've done a little bit off screen compared to last time. Also, if you see me looking off to the side right now, just that general direction, there happens to be... There's a window with a curtain on it, and there's a wolf spider on the other side of the curtain that I'm keeping my eye on. Anyway. So, this area has been expanded a little bit, and I've belted in some copper. So, when I left off last time, there was the copper smelting here with the bronze casting set up. And I think I had ghosts for these. Actually, I had the ghosts out in horizontal orientation rather than vertical. I've changed that, as you can see, and I've added in a fair bit more. I added in another copper and tin to start strand casting tinned wire coils, and I have the tin right here so that I can put a lead next to it. This is the T2 lead processing. It will require carbon to come in, so I have to get carbon in. Also requires oxygen to make lead oxide. This is actually a fairly simple process, being completely honest. It's fairly simple. You just need to get the lead ore in. That's gonna be our biggest issue, is feeding this. Oh great, there's... The spider is coming back in my direction. Please just don't come on my desk. I don't want to feel like I'm forced to kill you. Good, close to nickel-sized wolf spider. Yeah, and then here I just have regular lead being processed. as well. And the reason... Can I even... Yes, because it's 24 units of lead ingots can feed half into the solder and half into the lead, making lead plates. So I can get lead plates. This'll be backed up forever, so I don't need to worry about any extra lead plates after I belt lead in. As for the belts to feed into it, since I cannot feed... Well, since I don't have the extra length on my inserters yet to go to the third row, I have just done this. I brought it in, and I have enough underground distance, and then I can bring it back to where it needs to go. Now, I've terminated the belts at specific points just so that things can operate smoothly, and I'll just reconnect it if I need more copper out in that direction, or if I need more tin in that direction. I might not anytime soon, and if I do need more, I might expand downwards. And then I also have to consider I would only really need to expand the actual buildings if my increase in speed and efficiency, if I keep piping in more ore after I increase the speed and efficiency of these buildings, because I have to consider the effects of modules, and that's rather extreme. Now, I've also set up means of getting these outputs to the bus balanced to the bus. So this top one, so this is the copper plates. I've got a few extra copper plates to deal with excess production up here, because I've got 2 induction furnaces going to handle the output here. I ended up with being able to convert some extra plates, so I've decided, hey, let's make some extra plates while I'm also making the tinned copper wire. I could make more tinned copper wire. Oh yeah, that's right. I've gotten a number of extra techs in the meantime. Mostly not particularly worth mentioning besides cargo bots. I have all that stuff now. And I've just picked up some rather important tech with the flotation cells. This will be highly important going forward for the next tech that I'm picking up, which is the individual ore sorting using crystal catalysts for particularly silicon, aluminum, zinc, and fluorite, and nickel. I will be doing all of them, and I may as well do magnesium while I'm at it. That's going to need orichalcite. This one's added in Mad Clowns. So I've got tin plates coming out and being sorted on this. Which line is it? This second line. This is the bronze. I always get mixed up. Bronze is on the top, then tin plates, copper plates up here, and line 3, this would be the tinned cable, the tinned copper wire coils, and then solder coils, and then lead plates at the bottom. Now, the challenge, of course, is, well, I need to turn the lights on, or at least I am able to turn the lights on at any point. Let's get cracking on that. Get the, Aw. That'll be that one. And there's no point, really, in doing the rest until I get tin in. Tin ore in. Now, I've been thinking about what I'm going to do about getting tin ore in, and really the only option at this point for tin ore in is, oh, and I also piped the oxygen I need. And the lead process will produce some sulfur dioxide that I could pipe over to use for sulfuric acid, but eh. There we go. Just eh on that concept, so yeah, we should now be making copper plates. And it should be able to feed all 6 of these evenly. And since I'm now using that machine, I can stop the line here. This line of smelting is now officially obsolete. Oh yeah, this is where I brought the rocks in too. I don't need to do that either. Don't need to have all these undergrounds anymore. What are you looking at, kitty? Theoretically, this actually produces more copper plates than what I was producing. Excellent. So that's our fresh, new copper plates coming in. Maybe I should upgrade this to yellows. It's all gonna get done anyway. But I am gonna grab as much as I've made of that. What is your limitation, though? Oh, it's the tin. You are genuinely limited by the amount of tin coming in, which means I probably have some issues with my bobmonium in from that ore patch. Whoops. Let's at least get the line from the bus done. Okay. So, once I do get tin and lead ore going properly. Alright, I need plastics. See that spider again. Now the cat's watching that spider too. Hey, how about you actually do your job, cat? And, actually hunt things. He never actually hunts things. Correction, he never actually hunts insects for us. He has, in the past, caught mice. but I think he ends up more interested in playing with the mice than actually hunting them to eat them. He doesn't quite know what to do once he's caught them. Okay. Now, give me the upgraded mining drills. Would you please go back where you came from, Spider? Not walk back across like you did earlier. I see you looking at me. Don't you dare jump at me. Don't do it. Do I have any, radars on me? I don't see any. There, 8. Oh look, I have Mark IIs that I can make. Let's go ahead and make the Mark IIs. A few of them. And start using those, because the Mark IIs are able to see in larger radiuses around them. So, is there an issue out here with the Bobmonium? There isn't actually an issue out here with the Bobmonium. But while I'm out here, I may as well open up some of the map. A bit more of the map, I should say. Sanguinate might come in handy at some point. Tons of sapphirite. Ooh, even Progalina. That never had clicked in my mind, that there's Progalina out... Oh. And there's Bobmonium, Rubite, Sapphirite, Protinium. You know, there's something to be said about potentially doing... expansion in this direction. However, I sort of want to go up here and start working on this stuff. Temporarily, though, I just happen to need additional resources. That doubles my production of the Bobmonium ore. Okay, so I want to now start on automation of rails and engines, if I haven't done so already. I've forgotten if I've automated engines at this point. That's all my yellows. I have a lot of grays. Actually, I need a trash chest for stuff I do not need to be holding on to. What else? A single stick can go in there, and burner miner drills can go in there. I'm tempted to drop all of the gray belts, but I might still end up using some of them. Alright, so that will ideally help to improve the Bobmonium. Crushed Bobmonium coming in. so that I can start getting a little bit more on the tin plates, because they're being used for the production of the yellow belts. Oh yeah, and I've picked up some filter inserters along the way. Grab some of those. Also, Mark IIify. So it looks like I do not currently have any engines being produced. So I think that would be the next thing to do. The next expansion. And I'm realizing I have broken my rule about having buildings on this path. But it's washing. It's part of this washing crap, so I'll live with it for now. Just gonna get rid of things that are in my way. Let's see, grab another set of those. Now, advanced electronics. While I'm here, I might want to take lime and excess limestone and belt it to the main bus, but I'll do it when I need it. I know I'll need it later, but I don't need it now. Alright, so I'm going to need steel. So, belt in the steel. And then that's it. Iron and steel. Now I have to use the grays. So, how am I going to set this up? I need pipes and gear wheels, and I think it's 2 pipes per gear wheel. Yes, it's 2 pipes per gear wheel, so Spider, you really shouldn't. Alright. That's gonna be the thing. Pipes. Pipes. Gear wheel. Then it's the engine units. A lot of them, but I need buildings for that. Spider, what are you doing? Yes, go back to the window, please. This happens to be one off. Now, note that I just need the steel, so I don't need the iron plates to go all the way up. I just need the outputs from this and steel, and then I have the option of, I guess I'll go out that way just do long inserters. Now I have the ability to do 20 of these, but I have the production of pipes and gear wheels to do 20 of them, but I'm not going to do so now. Stack inserters are nice. They're handy. But I can't actually make any of the better inserters until I start producing bronze, which will require tin. So, yeah. About that silly. This is 10, right? Yep, 10. I placed these wrong. Then I need to feed. And you all need to be fed. And output. And then who's going to be on the inside? I guess it'll be the gear wheels. Alright, and then... steal in. Not that side. Had it right the first time. Alright, now it's just needs to be lit up. What am I doing when I can just do it this way? Then don't I have... yeah. And that, my friends, is engines being produced. That will give me automobiles. The automobiles. As well. So I will actually be able to get the car with the initial engine units coming in. I will need lots of train-related things. Specifically rails. I'll also need engine units for train. Now, I do have these guys. I think I'll use them, because that's most appropriate. I also now have access to robots. Initial Angels robots, which just need the engine units. Oddly enough, I could do this. I could do this, and cargo bots carry a lot. They carry 100 units of things, but they're very slow. Incredibly slow. But that makes them good for specific tasks. For very specific tasks. In very small, individualized logistic zones. such as moving things off of a train, I would imagine. But first... Oh, and then there's also the various logistic chests that go with it. First off, I want automated rail production. Will I need this for anything? No. Will I need this for anything? No. Will I actually ever use fluid wagons? Oh, that would be a hell no. I will not be using fluid wagons. Big ol' hell no to that one. I guess I'll unlock the next machine there. So, rails. Stone, sticks, and steel. Uses 1 stick per half second. This makes 2 sticks per half second. So it feeds 2 of them. Just thinking about how I want to feed stuff. Because the actual rails don't need... the iron. So I was tempted to not do it this way, but this will just work better, I think. What am I doing? Ugh, this is wrong. This is what I want. This will all go into a big box. A really big box. Now I just need stone and steel. A half and half stone steel. So, how far back is my stone? That is a good question. Where is my stone? I know I have stone on my bus. This is the first time it's being used as stone, so I have to bring it all the way in from back here. I'll go ahead and grab fertilizer, though we won't be making any of that for a bit. I'll eventually make fertilizer, but I don't know, I think it comes at the point where it's like, by the time you can make it, do you really need it anymore? Not particularly. Now to remember how to do this properly. So, clearly, I want... Then... That is that. Where's the stone? There it is. Slowly, but surely, making its way. Then because I know in future I will be making walls, I will do that. This is one tile short, and that might mess me up in the future. Wait, is it? Oh, right. Oh. Okay. This one, this is for... Sure, I don't know what I want. I'll get this, I suppose. Why did I put the steel here? Ah, boy. And then it's... that. Just my visual indicator of how this is working. And that... But... Wait, what? What did I do? This is... not right. This is one off. Not only is it one off, but it's wrong. It's wrong, it's ugly. And it's ugly because this is what's gonna end up needing to happen, and there's one... Because I have to jump here. And that would require belt braiding. Why? Why did I do it this way? I don't... That's... better. Much better. Okay. Lithium processing, sure. It'll be a heck of a long time before I actually have a source of lithium water, but... may as well. Okay, engines. Car. Locomotive. Actually, I shouldn't have just made a regular locomotive when I wanted to make smelting locomotive. I'll probably be making several locomotives. And now for rails. All of the beautiful rails. I think I'm consuming all of my iron for making the engines. I might need more iron. Fortunately, that's the one thing I can scale up. By a lot. Grab all of those things. Hello. Why is it not getting an input? What is the issue? You are not getting sulfuric acid. Okay. So, I probably have chewed through the entirety of the silo. Yeah. So I've chewed through the entirety of that silo, so that means it is now officially time to set up real, shall we say, sulfuric acid production. I'm just trying to think about where I'm going to set all this up. So I need a source of the sulfuric wastewater. Actually, you know what? I can't do the alternative processes for the slurry yet, which is the issue. Anyway, because I was gonna like do geode stuff, and that's what I would like to do, but I can't at the moment. Alright, how many chem plants and thingies? Enough, I think. So I'm gonna go to my coke production, because this is where it's going to matter. And I'm going to kill this, I think. Kill this. This is what will die. In fact, I may have to just knock all of this out. Just for the spacing. Now, question is, do I actually have a blueprint for this? I thought I had made one for this some time ago. This is all my Metallurgy blueprints, T3 versions of stuff and things that I'm going to be doing completely differently for spacing this time around. Looks like I don't have it anymore, which is a shame. Anyway, I need the crushers. It's the crushers that are fine. It then goes into... I don't use liquefiers for this because of the differences in crafting speed, I think. Yeah, I guess I'll just use I'll use the liquefiers. So this feeds... I'm pretty sure it feeds 4 each. Minimum. So 2 crushed coal per second. This is 2 every 4 seconds, and this actually produces faster. So I'm gonna have it as 4. And as you perhaps notice, these shoot out sulfuric wastewater when they're producing. So the issue becomes feeding. That's a problem. That might be why I don't use liquefiers for this. Or I just put them one out. Just one further unit away. Yeah, because I have to consider the pipes. Might as well keep this simple-ish. That's pipe, 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 pipe. I suppose I should keep everything on the same sort of plane here to make this simpler. Guess I can just go straight across. Yep, that should work, theoretically. I'll need to, of course, have purified water coming in. Do I have a hydro plant on me? No, but I can make one. If I had iron and there is why is there 0 iron? Why is there 0 iron? There should have been... Oh, because we're backed up on this. copper ore. The copper ore is backed up. Why is the copper ore backed up? Why are you not producing? No. Oxygen. No oxygen because slag is backed up. Because there's no sulfuric acid to process the slag. Okay. Circles we weave. Oh look, there's a little bit of iron going. Temporary solution is to silo products. I will need a couple loaders, I should say, a couple loaders. That will get the iron moving until this fills up with copper ore. So there's non-zero iron. I need coffee. Hello, little bit of iron. Good to see you. I needed you for hydro plants, but I need a lot more of you. I should maybe have a few iron pipes. Oh, and I'm gonna need a clarifier to go with it. Let's see. Yeah, there's a few iron pipes up there. Just a couple. Oh look, stone bricks required. Nifty. Don't think I'm going to need engine units for a little bit. Now I'm going this way for what? Specifically. Oh look, clarifier. Stone bricks. Oh look, I can make a Mark II hydro plant. May as well. May as well start using Mark II stuff. Speaking of Mark IIs... Whoa! I already need more clay bricks? I can't believe it. Maybe I shift seed and it put them away. Give me all of the things. Absolutely all of them. Now then. Getting the coke out. Ta-da! Coke can now leave. And this, theoretically, can be tiled. Or at least it can be expanded infinitely. Or, well, as far up as here. just going to... This isn't worth... Oh, that's the problem. Oh, hey, look, I can do that. I don't like this. Long mine. That works. That works to connect everything together. Unfortunately enough, when it expands, I don't need to combine everything again, because I can just, you know, have it all in line. Good. Let there be power. And then I need to set up the hydro plant. Now, the hydro plant will need water in. I've fortunately gotten water, or I have water to put in. For the purposes of this, I'm gonna put it up here. It will allow me to... I could have one on each side if I really wanted. This will make pure water. It needs a clarifier to clarify. Some power and some water. And yes, I actually thought of the mechanic with boilers. So yes, water flows through boilers. So if I need to have water here, I can actually feed it through the boiler. That is not a good spot for you. Lots of tech. You are one tile off. There we go. Say hello to, quote, clean coke production. Yes, all you do is you wash the coke to get the sulfur out of it, or off of it. It's washed coke, and that... It's hilarious because the game mechanic here it produces the exact same coke as otherwise. All you've done is washed it and gotten some sulfur. It changes nothing about the fuel value of the coke or the pollution value of the coke whatsoever when you burn it, which is, you know, the whole point of doing it in real life, the whole idea behind calling it clean coal. Even though it's not actually... It's not. This makes the point clear. It's not actually clean coal. I say this as a person who has a master's in geology, but didn't focus on petrol. My focus was not on the oil industry or coal or any of that. My focus was on actual life history type stuff. So I now have the source of sulfur water. Sulfur wastewater. I'm going to need more hydro plants. So I need more iron. Iron, which is actually being produced again. Give me these glass recipes. I still have no use for glass. I won't really have a use for glass until I can make fiberglass. And when I am going to make glass, I will be making fiberglass, really. The actual glass item, if I look it up, go to glass. Clearly not this glass. This glass recipe. It's used for Mark II solar panels and greenhouses. Some personal stuff, but nothing. And apparently it's used for the base game type chem plant too, which I won't actually be making. This is the only thing that will be mass produced that uses glass. Fiberglass boards, there's an alternative recipe for glass fiber and liquid resin that I will be preferring to use over that one. Though there will likely also be a transition period first, so have to bear that in mind. Alright, actual sulfuric acid production, here we go. Now I will also note that this process is completely dependent upon actually using your coke. Because if you back up on coke, you stop producing the sulfur, the wastewater, and it chokes the system. So this is not quite what I would consider to be a permanent solution to the issue. Alright, so this makes sulfur. Do I want this tiled this way? Probably not. Anyhoozle. I think I might need more pipes soon-ish. This will produce non-zero amounts of purified water as well. think I'm also going to need purified water. So actually, you can die and become purified water. I will need 2 clarifiers. I will need chem plants that will feed off of the sulfur being produced. These will tile like so. These will be producing sulfur dioxide. It's apparently oxygen in, and only oxygen in. I could have these directly next to each other, so I will do so. And then the next process is the acid. It will require purified water in, so these need to be tiled like so. I also have these. Is that it? That is it for my undergrounds. Oh no. Must get more underground belts. Not belts, pipes. Now, I should have a bunch of railways by now. Alright, chests give me some of you. Now, I do have an actual water down there. I am incredibly tempted. In fact, I'm going to do this. I will be putting this on the liquid bus. So off we go. Get some rocks out of my way. Hello, kitty. Next to me. What do you want? Huh? Alright, then I need clarifiers to get set up somewhere. Hello? All these techs. All of these techs so quickly occurring. Make sure I get my indicators down. Start pulling down these pipes. At higher tiers of pipes with better materials and longer underground distances, I will be able to skip pieces. But, oh, right, this is... going to look a little interesting. Anyway. Am I already out of pipes to ground again? I've already used 100 units of them. Alright, so that's sulfur wastewater. These produce sulfur, so I have to make sure that I have escape for them. Probably need to do this over here if I'm going to even remotely attempt to do things properly. They'll feed in here. I'm gonna have oxygen on my bus, clearly. This is actually terrible for pipe throughput, by the way, doing this, because each one of these inputs will impact the fluid going through the remainder of that pipeline. Lots and lots of rails, good. I am going to go back to pick up pipe to grounds and actually get the oxygen on my bus. That is our next fluid, our next fluid is actually going to be the oxygen. I could make oxygen locally, but since I'm producing it here, I mean, I may as well use it. Alright, so this is the wastewater. I guess technically I should pull it up so that it's on that line. That line exists for the sole purpose of showing me visually on the map which of my pipes are being used and which are not. there's our wastewater. Okay. Now then. Oxygen. Alright. Now I just have to wait for a non-zero amount of oxygen to get produced for this. I can force a non-zero oxygen through these guys. Air filters plus chemical plants will give you air separation, which gives you oxygen and nitrogen. And you can burn off the nitrogen for now. I'll need nitrogen at some point, but not at the moment, and that just complicates all of this a bit more. Let's start wiring things up. It should operate. Which, all I can really say is it should operate. Oh yes, that's right, I need to do the inserters. Inserters! Inserters must insert. Technically, I should do this line. To improve the speed. Oh yes, and then I need to do something to access purified water, because now we're going to start having too much purified water. I will need to clarify said purified water. Oh, and I guess technically I can use cooling towers to turn water to turn steam into purified water, but this I suppose will be an overflow valve, and that. I do not currently have the purified water on my bus. I might at some point. You're now limited by the oxygen coming in. There shouldn't be any breaks in the line. And while I'm heading back to essentially get the electrolyzers moving a bit, I will get my sulfuric acid on the bus. Because it is used for immense amount of stuff. Figured that was the line. It is used to produce and to help mine all of the things. This is the... I think this is the most used gas that you have to produce out of... well, use oxygen and water. Sulfuric wastewater and all that. Anyway. There we go. I will, of course, need to run this, or connect it to where I am consuming it, which should be here. Will I be able to do this gracefully? Probably not. But we shall see. Alright, sulfuric acid has a pipe, at the very least. Oh. The hell am I doing with you? Shouldn't I have done that sooner? That'll keep that moving. Okay. N. Shift N. Shift N. That should be producing non-zero oxygen, which should start producing sulfuric acid. Oh, I can't see. As I reposition myself, I can't see all the way out there. Not enough of the oxygen. Alright, well again, the temporary solution. Oh, it moved. It moved! It moved! Non-zero sulfuric acid, it's rising. It's moving. It's alive. It's barely alive, but it's alive. Yay! Stuff and things are happening. But this would be a lot better if everything was moving and I was actually getting a good, real oxygen production. Okay. Now let's see about increasing oxygen production locally. Looks like I'm being forced into this process, but it is now time for the regularly scheduled break. How unfortunate. I will be returning shortly with air filters made or making and some chem plants being made so that I can get oxygen locally. I've got flare stacks, I've got all of those things sorted. Yeah, it's just there's simply not enough oxygen coming in. Even with the amount of electrolyzers that I'm currently using, the oxygen demands of my metallurgy system are demanding, and these demands more than I'm producing, so I need to produce more, and I may as well produce more through the air filtering through these great big things, and get some nitrogen that I'll be burning, that I will have access to. So I will be back shortly with a snack of an avocado, and I will scheme while I eat, and I'll be back right after this break. Welcome back! Break time is over! There wasn't really too much to plan and scheme about outside of how I'm going to handle moving ores and all of that. I think I have determined that I actually want to do a centralized processing system, which will involve not producing, like doing the ore sorting all the way out here, but bringing mining and shipping the ore via train somewhere closer to home. I'm going to pick up Steel Axe 2 next. And what this will allow is a lot easier processing of stuff, and a lot easier dealing with the various byproducts like the crushed stone. So that's what I will be doing. First things first, though, I need more oxygen, and I'm going to make more oxygen. Is this the exact same footprint? This is the exact same footprint. Wow. Okay. These will make compressed air for me. And then I have some tier 2 chem plants that I'll put somewhere. Now, I forget if it's 3-to-1 or 3-to-2. Either way, I just need to find air separation. This uses 100 compressed every 2 seconds. And these make 200 every 6, so 50 per second versus 33 and a third. Yeah, I think it's 3 to 2. When it comes to stuff that Angel has added, it's usually 3 to 2. Almost always a 3 to 2. Now, I am actually going to just burn the nitrogen until I make nitric acid and need some non-zero nitrogen. Really? Seriously? You're gonna do this to me? There. I made it work. Now this is because this is crafting speed 2.25. These will choke a little bit. If it was exactly the same crafting speed, it would be fine, but since these are 2.25 instead of a flat 2, it's a little bit off. But hey, we have non-zero oxygen coming in, more oxygen coming in, resulting in improved production. It's not quite enough oxygen, actually, but it's better production nonetheless. Now, do I want to make 3 more of these? I guess I should. It apparently needs more stone bricks. So I'll get more stone bricks. Oh right, you. Live again. How are we doing? Getting close to needing more power. I need even more iron plates. What is happening with the iron plates? Why is there not enough? What's the, what is the issue? Nothing. It's just, it needs more. It can handle more! Why do I not? That's better. Now, do I really need that many inserters inserting? Probably not. because I got an inserter capacity increase, it should work better. Now that I doubled the production of the iron ore, and it's almost actually fully using a yellow belt. Almost at full throughput there. Wow. Now this doesn't matter if this backs up so much. Just as long as I produce enough mineral catalysts, which I'm probably not. Let's be completely honest, I'm probably not producing enough mineral catalysts to feed 4 of these. I'm also likely not producing enough crushed givelite or crushed sapphirite to feed it. Because for some reason I only have 6 of these mining. Need more poles. Then I'm also doing this out here. Huh. So that should help. On the givelite. Don't know about the sapphirite. Also, say hello to... This is going to be part 1 of our centralized processing facility, I guess. Like, well, if we have this here, may as well do more here-ish. Oh, and that's... Alright, so I'm gonna demolish this just as soon as I do get my ore sorting for copper finished. Alright, so you're producing full bore, which is good to get the slurry. Should increase these to the Mark II variations. Need to grab more stuffs and things. Because of course I do. More stuffs and more things. What else? Just regular plates? Oh, iron pipes are a requirement, so... Oh, hey, look at how many more iron plates there are. Now that I am actually producing. Now that I actually have sulfuric acid in this process. Some non-zero amount. And I am shoving in additional iron ore. This is a lot better production. But yeah, these guys are now incredibly limited by the amount of filtering being done. And the only way to increase that is to increase the electrolyzer line production of slag. Starting off with... Where are you? Where are they? Apparently not a single one has been produced yet. Okay. the Mark II electrolyzers. Should also set up... I should set up automated production of my electric mining drills. Because I've got steel being done, I may as well. Let's find a spot. A spot to do this. I'm gonna do it here. Sure. Probably need iron gear wheels. Yes, I do. I'll need a thing with iron gear wheels. And I'll need a thing with steel gear wheels. Now you need BEBs, you need the other ones, BCBs, BSIBs. Guess I'll have the boards coming in that way. But I will need iron plates as well. I was gonna have the iron plates coming in there, but I think it would be easier if iron and steel were like that. Tool belt. Ooh, I need more underground belts. And inserters. Oh hey, plenty of these now. This is not ideal. Particularly the position of that. Because I'm going to have to... Because I don't have red belts yet, it makes getting past all this tricky. Because I come in like that. I'm blocked. And this doesn't work either, so... The pipe must be moved. Are you... Okay. Everything is good now. I don't like doing that. But if I must, I must. This is not going to be how it all gets rooted in future, but because in future this is all going to end up being done by bots anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter the exact tile here that stuff comes in or out. He says how as he perfectly aligns so that these two are next to each other without even really realizing it, planning on it. Alright, and then it's just into ye old chest. Now automating the mining drills that I'm going to need a lot of. Okay, I guess I should also automate these power poles. The power poles require... Oh hey, once I get the brass, I can make the next tier. Iron stick, copper plate, steel plate for both of these. Lots of iron sticks, but it won't... The speed of production won't really matter for them anyway, so... This is not a lot of iron. This is not a lot coming in. Guess it's really, really limited by this. I can now upgrade these. Could make more of them. Start forcing it to shove through some of this. Actually, may as well just put down a doohickey or two. Start chewing through that backlog. Alright, so I think that's not quite enough delaying of actually getting out and doing glorious things. I need to make some space in my inventory to fit rails. Going to grab all of those. Going to need big poles. Plenty of big poles. Where to first? That is the question of the day. Here. This steer-tight vein. It's because it's large and it's close-ish. Electric engines. Just going to grab some rails now. This will be a multi-step process, by the way. First off, grab rails. I think that's sufficient for now. Maybe. We shall see. We shall see just how sufficient or insufficient it actually is. Now to, bring power down. This is not Crotinium, this is phosphorite, or whatever it's, yeah. Oh, whatever it's called. Where are you? I know I made one of you. Where are you? There you are. Oh hey, some more trees. Welcome to Stereotype and Crotinium. This is huge. Huge and dense. Which I like a lot. And it's got a really big infinite patch on it, too. So, Crotinium and Stereotype. This will, of course, involve, oh, how do I want to set up the trains? Do I want to set it up as, 2 lines, 1 for each? I suppose that would make the most sense. cross modular armor. That would be the one. I need electronic circuit boards, but meh. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Mining time 150%. What's 14 and 7, 21? Oh well. Any hoozle. I'm trying to get a full belt's worth of compression. And at mining time of 150%, it will take a while. It will take a few. It will take a few miners to take care of it. Also, while I'm out here, let us not forget to place... Oh, goodness gracious. I need to take care of that. Do I have any repair packs on me, by the way? Probably not. Off we go. Feels nice, actually, having the car. Because the car comes in handy. Both to explore and to get from A to B. Very little of this is actually plugged in too, which is the other thing. Did I? Beep, 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 beep. That was bad. Okay, what do I really need to do up here? I don't think it's the amount of coal, I think it's the number of thingies. Yes, it is the number of thingies that exist. Oddly enough, I've actually got a few boilers, I just need more steam engines, which means picking up more steel. I'm just gonna craft these 3 and then plop them down and start feeding the line of stuffs. Just so that we are in positive production. That nearly broke it. Belt immunity would be nice. Go down and grab my non-zero amount of steel. Hey, we've got more iron now. Somehow. Mark III stuff here for the boilers will require Invar plates as well as cobalt steel, so I'm not going to T3 anytime soon. In fact, most T3 stuff will require cobalt steel. Long build. Building things is nice. Also, give me some more boilers. Hey, thank you for the follow. Mighty Mark UK. Yeah, we're technically sufficient, but can always be more sufficient. Get that all cleaned up. Now, how am I doing on water? Do I have 2 independent ones set up? I do already have the 2 independent water lines set up, so this will be a lot. Oh, it's already there. Good, that's about where I want to be for now. I shall return when necessary. Don't forget the car. Please do not forget the car. I am definitely not Nilaus. And I will strive to never forget the car. But I make no guarantees. Or warranties. About said situation. Okay. How the heck am I gonna route the train line that I will eventually make? And I'd rather it not foul up this guy. Also, I prefer having trains that have a locomotive on each end and I don't bother looping anything. Guess I can have a train depot like here or here. This is gonna suck without stack inserters though. Even though I'm not gonna use them. These fluid wagons may as well. Fast inserter, bronze. Bronze. The whole point of doing this is to make bronze, so... Ah. Okay, this requires... This area will require breaking things. Alright. out of the car. Making an arbitrary decision. Very arbitrary. Train, stop. Where are you? There. Which direction do I want it to go? I guess I'll loop it to... Yeah. Put down my locomotive. That one will face that direction. Cargo, cargo. Opposite locomotive. I will need a source of fuel. Quite conveniently, I have a coke line right here. So I can at least feed it coke. Wish I had coke pellets, but I'm not at Blue Science yet, and I'm pretty sure it's Blue Science for the coke pellets. I'll just start bringing this up here. Now, this train isn't physically at the station yet, so I shouldn't be making any determinations of positionings yet. Ah. Well, that is the positionings. Okay. Works for me. Oh, right, I have glorious access to loaders. So this will be fine. This will be perfectly fine. And dandy. And glorious. Of course, this will be where the train unloads. Do I want to fill a wagon with a different product? That is a good question. I have not quite decided. I'm doing something I shouldn't do. I'm leaving behind my car. Vehicle! My vehicle needs to come with me. I'm just going because I want to grab more iron plates. Glorious iron plates that I am apparently backing up on. Give me all of the loaders. All of them. It consumes inserters. I have a better solution to that. It's called actually grabbing the inserters. From right here. And using those. Next, warehouses. things. Now, these, I definitely want to make sure I have aligned properly with how the train will go to the station, so let us... Yeah, I see that loading. Add that station, go there, please. Okay, now I know. Now I know. I will want to replace these with reds. That's what I know. I need another warehouse. Please, please, please have enough for another warehouse. Yes. Couple warehouses, actually. And the reason is this is going to take a lot of loaders. I can have up to 6. Yeah, I'm gonna need just a few more of those. Let's keep it somewhat reasonable at the start. Grab the warehouse, get her aligned. Make sure my character is not in the way. That should work. Of course, there's always a difference between should and will. A rather key difference that the difference between should work and will work, as I bump everything on the way. That is the second time I've broken that. Grab these. Now, I am going to purposefully not ride. That is the third time I have broken that pole. I should have like a counter for how many times I break that one pole. Anyway, reps, and then pick it up. Can you repair rocks? I thought so. I thought not. I'm going to start to move this guy. And I will ride it. Just set it off of manual. Okay, the beginning of modules. Next. Sure, that. Not like it really matters. Back to manual. Rails. Really? The hell? Something's in the way. This is why I want long mine. No! So I have to build all the way out here. Do I want to do this all the way straight down and over, or do I just want to try and do the diagonal? I don't want to go over that crucinium, though. I'll go the diagonal anyway. Because diagonals are fun. Rocks. Rocks that are in the way. Alright, back to the locomotive. Alright, looks like I have not fouled with the crucinium. I have to decide where I want to start moving. Horizontally again. Probably right here. Break these rocks. Now, as long as this is taking, pretty sure that this is one of the quicker ways of doing this. Okay, we have arrived at the destination. Plop down the train stop. Say, hey, buddy, add that station and go to it. Hey, go to that station and then swap to manual. Because it doesn't have a weight condition, it's gonna go back and forth. Wait for full cargo, empty cargo, stay at that station. And that solves that. How does it do to your fuel? Practically not used. Okay. Except this time, you're now going to be ore in from warehouses. Not there. Right there. And of course the warehouses are going to need to get ore in, so I guess it turns out I actually need to put my ore that way. There it goes. There that one goes, I should say. Now I can grab some glorious Cotinium. Unfortunately, I need to orient this the other direction. Oh god, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Eventually I will want the infinite section, but not right now. And since I told it to do full cargo, it would end up waiting on me, on the Crotinium ore to fill up, and there could potentially be issues on the other side of things. Which is sort of why I would prefer running a different train on a second track up, but I'll go with it like this. And this can just go and be like, hey. Oh, God, dang it. There it goes. 250% mining time. Yeah, there's not going to be as much of the Crotinium ore. But what I can tell the train instead is wait for the sapphirite to fill. Go when sapphirite is full. Not sapphirite, stereotyte is full, and not base how it moves automatically on the Crotinium. Because I'm going to be needing more of the stereotyte than the Crotinium, I think. Oh gosh, what I want. Stack? Sure. I'll stack inserter capacity. Why not? Not even making stack inserters, but I'll go with having that. I'll place those to have those. They won't be producing. Just gonna get the mining drills down. Well, isn't that nice? How it's conveniently no stereotyte there. That is quite convenient. And then it's just a matter of bringing this over and doing that. Now, I'm pretty sure that that's not going to be fully compressed. Yeah, that's still not fully compressed. It may actually end up being more compressed. It almost looks more compressed than the stereotyte after that. But anyway, you can have more. All the way down the line. Good. I like a lot. Yeah, I think that's a bit better on the compression now. After adding those, it looks to be 2 or 4 away from full compression. Mining drills, and that'll fill up with tech. How you doing? How you doing? There's no real point. Why does it just... Why can't I say... Alright, so I would like to be able to say empty specific item cargo if it's... Well, I can say that if it's 0, but if it's... But I have to, like, know how many spaces there are for it to be full? Quote-unquote, full? This is 64 by 200, 12,800, so I have to say... item count of... where's this? The pure... The sapphirite, or the stereotype ore is... constant... 12,800 set... greater than... equal to... Go back, please. The benefit of having the locomotive on each side. There we go. And then until empty, let's add an ore condition on time passed to 90 seconds to keep it moving. So this will wait until this gets full here before going out again. Now this of course assumes that I'm not going to then run out in the meantime. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing, automatically go back. We'll see how long it takes to unload itself. This is pretty quick to fill. Fairly quick, but of course I could always add more. Could always add more. More is always an option. But this feels good. This feels really good to finally have this set up. It's not the most efficient, I'm sure. Oh, hey, stuff, things, glorious things. You are very important. 10% mining productivity. Yeah, I think I want that. Off we go. Much faster than the car. Excellent. Now we've got the ores coming in up here. All that's left is to crush them and then get my sorting going. My copper sorting. So this will end up being the copper. These outputs. The copper ores. And thanks to having bobmonium and steatite as well, that gives me the tin. So I can officially now do the tin and the copper. I cannot currently do the lead until I get rubite, which that's, I think, the best rubite nearby. There's more over here with coal and crotinium. Oh, hey. I didn't even... Right, so we're because I was physically over here, there's more ore patches that have spawned in. So I can see that there's actually a fair bit of rubite right here between a couple of patches and another one right here. So this down here looks like the land of 1 billion rubite. But I want to go to the largest ones. That's sanguinate, not rubite. The largest ones with the best potential for evil. I think this might be it. That's a 10 mil patch. This combined is more than 10, but I think it would be a bit difficult. My only issue with this one is the train line. I don't like how I did this. I don't like that. I think I should go straight down and over with it. So why don't I? It's something that I can totally do. Just as long as I connect the path. Properly before I start deleting the mess, it should work. Now, granted, I need to know also where to start bringing it from the horizontal. I want to bring it from here and over, so I think I've gone down far enough on that front. I'm going to try to avoid crossing tracks as best I can, and that is why I'm doing this. Really? Would you not? What the hell? How do you... Ugh. Done. Now this train better not break as soon as I change this. Also, clearly the 90 seconds is not long enough to fully unload the train. So I have that to look forward to. Several trips it will take. Now I need to consider that I likely want to do all of the different processes in this processing area, so I want to do the crushing and the flotation and the... What's the next one called? The crystal formation and the purified crystal formation, whatever the hell's the next one called. It's leaching. Floating, leaching, and refining processes. So, how you doing? And there it goes. Down the freshly constructed path. Good. Now I can see how these are doing as well over here. Excellent. I like. How's the power? Good, perfect. We have 3 more minutes left in the stream. This is the point I usually review what we've done and talk about what will happen next time. So, what has been done? Well, first off screen, I expanded the metallurgy area. Now, of course, the title going into this stream was about metallurgy expansion. Really, all that was getting the copper plates set up, which it looks like I'm actually now producing a much more sufficient amount of. And I discussed how I now also have the ability to do the bronze and the tin and more copper plates and tinned cables or tinned wire coils and solder coils and lead plates, but all of that depends on having those specific ores, and I'm not making any tin ore, and I am making lead ore, but it's being processed further down the bus. I would have to bus lead ore over here, basically, to start using this process. It's a thought. I could probably do that, but anyway. Once I discussed all of that, I noticed that there was issues with the sulfuric acid, issues that stemmed from the lack of sulfuric acid, because in this area here of progalina processing, it makes a calcium whatever sulfate that gets turned into sulfuric acid. Because they're backed up, it used everything that was in the silo of the item, so it wasn't producing anymore. Now I have expanded the single ore iron processing, which is always nice. It looks like I have more than enough ore to handle how much my machines are making, so I might want to consider expanding the machines. I took care of that by converting our coke production into clean coke. Am I actually... Hello? Well, that's a problem to fix next time. What is the problem? Seriously, though, what... Oh, it's... I see. The problem is too much wastewater. Of all things, too much sulfuric wastewater. Which was the whole idea, the whole point of doing the clean coke production was to get sulfuric waste water. Oh joy. Oh bliss. I will do this, put it here, put this down, because it will annoy me going into the next stream on Monday. So that will start clarifying, that'll make sure that this is producing, that'll make sure that my machines that need coke, aka the iron production, is actually producing the iron plates that I need. I started making engine units, made myself a car, made locomotives, started automating rail production. I can now get rid of those out of the inventory, just for now, until I want to make another train. Don't think I'm going to immediately do the rubite, taking in the rubite, but I am now producing all of the sulfuric acid that I need. As you can clearly see, I am producing all of the sulfuric acid that I need. And that solved issues, at which point I decided, hey, let's actually train up and head on out and start getting stereotyte and crotinium. This seemed rather far away at the beginning of things when setting up the base, but now in terms of actual scale of the base, this is right next door. This is not that far away, being completely honest. This is like maybe 2,000-ish units of belt away. I would belt this. I would consider belting this at a certain scale of production, but I'm running the train going all the way up and around to here. The idea is that later on I will have an additional train for rubite coming in that right around here. Maybe right next door I'll have rubite. And I've got bobmonium right here, so I might not need to train in bobmonium. I definitely won't really need to train in sapphirite or gibbelite anytime soon. But that's where they will be trained in, at the specific ores. And next time, we will be processing these ores that I am now bringing in. So that is what we have to look forward to. I will be finally, after all of this time, completing the copper and tin ore sorting, and I will be finally producing bronze, which also means I will finally be able to start producing red belts. Oh, that's going to be glorious, being able to finally start producing red belts, and fast inserters, and stack inserters, and filter inserters. And I should also be likely also making brass pipes at that point, because... No, I'm making bronze, not brass, so I'd be making bronze pipes with length 15. I could just make steel, though, I think I might. It's not that big of a difference in the distance. I want to get up to here. I will probably be thinking of petrochemicals at that point. Anyway, lots of things will happen on Monday when I am back with more of Angels mods, because I'm doing Angels on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then next Tuesday and Thursday will be more of the Pyanodons map. I look forward to seeing you next week. This has been Otaku Showboat, and I will see you all then.